Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another Mandalorian First Reaction. Army of One, wait a minute. Am I in the wrong chat? I don't think you are, unless you're, I don't know, are you? That's a very good question, and only you can answer that. Just like only you can prevent forest fires. All right, let's see what we got going on here. Hopefully we get a good turnout. We got 5 viewers, that's it. With 18 likes, 8 viewers now, which is great. Got to adjust myself here. 15 viewers, 21 likes. If you haven't hit like yet, hit that like button, guys. I know that I would appreciate it. Let's see. Hopefully we get a good turnout for this. It was probably the best episode of The Mandalorian ever. I know I said that last week, but this week I really, really mean it. Until next week, when I'll really mean it again. So 21 viewers, 25 likes. Awesome, guys. Keep hitting that like button if you haven't. If you're just joining us, welcome, welcome, welcome. We haven't really talked about anything yet, but stay tuned because we'll get to it shortly. Let's see. Your channel, it says. That's me. That's my channel. And we get in here. We see this. So we got Colin Gordon that says, "Hi, Army of One, live long and prosper. Everyone watch Ready Room. Army of One, wait a minute, am I in the wrong chat?" Jeremy Butler says, "Some sick ass boba. Hell to the yes." Aaron Taylor, "Hello, I'm on board. Leperidon, poor Razor Crest. Must hurt for a ship guy." Yeah, I was fucking stunned to see the Razor Crest get destroyed. Oh, by the way, spoilers, guys. And this is one that I don't think he can fix it. Either that or it'll take 3 episodes to fix it because, you know, it can survive pretty much anything. James Roberts, was a great episode, just the location was a bit bland. It didn't feel like a Star Wars planet. True, but at the same time, that was actually kind of good in a way, I think. So I didn't mind that at all, really. But that's just me. Poor Baby Yoda, Rust in Pieces, Razor Crest. Ooh, Aaron Taylor, I was aiming for the other one. Let's Jericho, Boba acted way out of character. I expect him to trip on a rock and fall over a cliff. Oh, that's mean, my friend. No, this was a great episode. Seeing Baby Yoda, I mean Grogu, do his thing, and the Mandalorian tried 3 times. Thought third time would be a charm to get him out of there. Not so much. George Megro, I'm glad I didn't drop $350 for that Razor Crest model. I know, right? I'm sure he'll get a Razor Crest 2, which will be almost exactly the same, I would hope. Honestly, the attention to details they have in the show. Yeah. Seeing Boba Fett back, awesome. Seeing Slave One just cruise by was like fantastic. To have that lady back, I forget her goddamn name, but to have her back was great as well. So kudos to them for that. That was actually kind of awesome. And just all of the stormtroopers. Now, the problem I have with that, though, is the stormtroopers are all really incompetent. And it's getting old really quick. Like, the stormtroopers just are so easily defeated, and that's really a pain in the ass. Boba will die and he will inherit Slave One. That'd be interesting. I don't want Boba to die necessarily, but I can see that kind of being a thing in a way. Area 51 is here. Hello, how's it going? Just put on some stuff here. Paul Graham, hey Captain, love seeing Boba Fett act with vast skill and honor. Yeah, it was cool seeing the armor actually do some cool stuff. He did fire the missile backpack, even though we saw that already. What's that, a missile backpack? I guess we'll be all right if a fucking bird attacks. Epic rap battles, baby. But no, the knee launcher things were awesome, a great touch. Let's see. Boop, boop. There we go. So yeah, really great episode. The stormtroopers were fine. I mean, it looked so good seeing those white stormtroopers in that landscape, that environment. I thought that looked fantastic. The fact that the Razor Crest got destroyed and only the Beskar spear was intact, because I thought, where's the spear? So I'm glad they rectified that. And the little ball that Grogu likes is still around. Mandalorian made sure to put that in his pocket. So Aaron Taylor tossed around the whites like a white sack of potatoes. Marvin R. Django is just as much a Mandalorian as Mando. James Robert, and a Beskar and blaster magnet. And is Beskar a blaster magnet? LOL, can't they hit anything except Mando's armor? I know, there's all the little weak spots on the armor itself, which you'd think, hit those. But anywho, here we are. Area 51 says, wishing it was Friday night. Why are you wishing it was Friday night, particularly? I'm kind of glad it's not Friday night, to be honest. Actually, that's a lie. I wish it was Friday night, because then I have a weekend to look forward to. Ozzy Maderos, even Baby Yoda can kick ass over the Stormtrooper. Yeah. Greg Klein, who do you think will answer Grogu's call? I've been saying Luke Skywalker, because this is like 7 years after Return of the Jedi now, and he's probably setting up at least his Jedi Academy, his Jedi Training Center, because we know Ben Solo at this point is probably around 4, maybe 5 years old, and you got to start training the Jedi young. So I would hope it's Luke. There have people that have called some other things, like even Ahsoka will come back. That's why her episode was called The Jedi, even though she was never a Jedi. I think she's going to maybe, well, some people think she might change her mind and come back. I'm not so sure about that, but we'll see. And there's also another one, somebody from Rebels. I can't think of the name right now, but it was pointed out to us in one of our other reviews. Alyssa Jericho, Ming Na Wen. Yes, the original Mulan, from Disney's Mulan anyway, the animated one. Aaron Taylor, did you see Boba's rage while killing the stormtroopers? Clone on clone violence. Stormtroopers are not clones. They're moved past the point of clones at this point. As we know, a lot of the clones, there might be a few old clones sticking around, still being stormtroopers, but most of them are conscription or enlistment people. So Jeff Ginyard, it was great seeing Boba Fett finally fulfill his reputation of being a badass. I totally agree with that. Olivia Julius, $2. Didn't watch it, but we'll give a like, and $2. Well, thank you very much, Olivia. Good to see you. And yeah, guys, if you haven't hit like yet, hit that like button. 47 people watching with 41 likes, which is fantastic. If you are able to, and you can send a super chat in, please consider doing so. It really helps the channel and supports us and continues us making this great content for you guys. You guys really came through last Monday for Mandalorian Monday and really showed us that you guys want the Mandalorian reviews. So I'm glad we didn't have to stop them, even though I still wouldn't be stopping the first reaction videos. I still love doing these. But we will be doing our full reaction and breakdown of this episode tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So tune in for that, guys, if you can, if you're able to. But yeah, if you can support us by super chatting, please do so. It really helps out, and make sure that I get read your comment or question. If we get enough people in here and the chat's moving a little fast, I might have to skip 1 or 2 comments, and I don't want to do that necessarily. I do like reading most of them for these first reaction reviews. So if you're able to super chat, like I said, it would be awesome. Olivia Jill, I read that one already. Yes, Leperidon, hit those, cries in Stormtrooper. Area 51, so I wouldn't have to go to work tomorrow. Ah, see? Yeah. Ozzy Maderos, this week episode is part 1. Yes. Marvin R. Ezra Bridger is the name you're looking for. Yes, it is. Thank you very much, Marvin. That is another candidate for somebody, Jedi, that would come to train Baby Yoda. Or Grogu, if you prefer. Sub Mega says, badass episode. Aaron Taylor throws in an awesome $5 super chat. So thank you very much, Aaron. Very much appreciated. Thank you for the clone verification. Love you, buddy. Thank you, Aaron. We love you too. Alyssa Jericho, I don't think Sam is going to like the fight sequence. I think Sam is going to enjoy this one very much. I haven't talked to him about it. We don't talk about this prior to our reviews. But I think he is going to absolutely think this is great because he was hoping that the show would pick up. And I think this is kind of what he was looking for. So we'll see. We'll see what he says. But I'm going to call it right now. I think Sam's going to like this one. And the fight sequence I thought was well done. The only thing I have complaints of is the stormtroopers are all incompetent idiots. And it gets old really quick. Like, I know the heroes have to survive. I know that's the thing. But I don't... Yeah, Army of One. When does this episode drop for Canada? Well, it's on Disney Plus. It was on there on Friday, so it drops like Thursday night. I think in Eastern Standard Time, it's around 3 a.m. So you just watch it on Disney Plus. So it should be there if you have Disney Plus. James Roberts. I've heard the Boba Fett series is going to be a Mandalorian prequel. That would be cool. I didn't know they were doing a Boba Fett series, but because apparently now they're doing an Ahsoka series as well, which is all right, I guess. But Matthew Petard, heyo, good episode. I did have some issues with some of the Din's dialogue and the whole plot issue of removing the jetpack. Could have just damaged it with the same effect. Yes, that really bugged me, and the fact he didn't put it back on when he started going after Baby or Grogu. Would have been a lot very helpful, and I know it was a plot device. I know it was a thing that needed to happen, but yes, I think damage would have been a little bit more appropriate. But it is supposed to be made of Beskar as well, so how's it going to get damaged, right? Could have been that he's just out of fuel, because I was wondering how much fuel he has when he was flying, when he said you got to go the rest of the way with the windows down, and they're like booking it through the sky, like Rocketeer style. I was wondering how much fuel that thing actually has and whether it regenerates fuel or what the situation is with that. So I'm not quite sure. Advanced 1982, Boba Fett. Andrew Sepp, Ezra Bridger or Mace Windu is going to show up to train Grogu. Yes, Mace Windu is also a distinct possibility because it would be cool to see Mace Windu come back, considering he just basically fell out of a building, and falls don't kill anybody in the Star Wars universe. No one's really, really gone, or no one's really ever gone. How's it go? Yeah, I think that's how it goes. Tech Stickle, I love that name. They are attacked by stormtroopers, but only when Boba sees a Star Destroyer does he say they're back, the Empire. You would think the waves of Imperial stormtroopers might have been a hint. I absolutely agree. Especially the shiny new armor. That's one of the things I liked about the first season and the first few episodes, when you see those stormtroopers that are on, I forget the planet's name, where he first gets the bounty for Grogu. The stormtrooper armor is dirty, it's disgusting, it hasn't been taken care of. I absolutely love that. I think that's probably the best that it could have done for that, simply because the Empire is no more. These are like remnants. These are stormtroopers that hire themselves out to this warlord or this governor or whatever. I thought that was great. But the shiny, pristine armor, the Star Destroyer thing, yeah, you'd think it'd be an indication. Marvin R. The Dark Troopers certainly weren't incompetent. Evil RoboCop. Yeah, the Dark Troopers were incredibly cool. I've just started watching the Clone Wars, just for the record, guys. So you guys know, I've started watching Clone Wars. I'm only like, 7 episodes into season 1. So actually, I'm really enjoying it so far. So I am digging it. I did initially have a problem with the animation style years ago. Watching it now, I think it's great, actually. So I'm excited to watch more. I'm going to watch more after this review, but I am going to power through the Clone Wars and Rebels because I feel like I should, and I need to at this point, and I think it'd be in my best interest to do so. So yeah, just wanted to let you guys know. Aaron Taylor, my buddy, describes the shuttles with the stormtroopers as clown cars. We laughed about thinking about the trip down to the planet. Stop touching me. Well, we see the same kind of thing in The Force Awakens, the troop transport that goes down. So it's perfectly fine. I love that another one came with more stormtroopers because there weren't a lot of stormtroopers in that thing. So that was actually great. Lepiridon, well, after a big war, it wouldn't be the first time a big uniform sold off happened, and people, especially the shady businesses, get their hands on stormtrooper armor. Well, exactly. Like that's the thing. Imperial tech would have been being sold on the black market. The armor, the vehicles, the soldiers would have been. They wouldn't have anybody to serve, so they would hire themselves out as mercenaries. Yeah, absolutely. Alyssa Jericho, Mace and Boba won't get on very well. I wouldn't think so either. They actually got on a lot better in this episode than I thought they would. However, haven't really got to know each other yet. So that's an interesting point, and it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. Boba was extremely too nice in this episode, I think, but we'll see how it goes. I want to learn about how he escaped from the Sarlacc pit and what happened to his armor, how he lost it, because you think that'd be a big part of getting out, is using the armor, keeping the armor on to protect yourself. Obviously he didn't because his face is all scarred up from the digestive juices, but still. Marvin R. People with Beskar or the Force can survive any fall. Everyone else can die from as little as being sad. That is funny. And so true. And even blaster shots to stormtrooper armor, apparently. No matter what, one blaster hit to a stormtrooper's armor and they're dead. You know, it's not very good armor. Paul Graham, remember, Boba is an unaltered, unaged, normally schooled clone of Jango Fett, whereas the clone troopers are altered, aged, and specifically trained troopers. He might as well not be a clone. Absolutely. He is basically his father, just unaltered. So that's a very good point. And yes, the regular stormtroopers are not clones. I don't know why people still think that, especially this far after Return of the Jedi. They are all inscripted or enlisted people that have joined the Empire, whether by choice, thinking that they're doing the right thing, or like in Finn's case, they are conscripted essentially, so or forced into it because they were taken when they were young. But there's very few, if any, clones left. I would think. I think they would pretty much all be dead. But I could be wrong about that. There could be one or two floating around. Textical says, Clone Wars gets better and better. Good, I'm looking forward to that. Matthew Petard, kind of hope that Disney Plus might do a design contest for Mando's new ship, a la a certain contest for the Titan. Could generate some cool content and interest for season 3, whenever it might air. Yeah, and I think we need to do a Fleetyards episode on the Razor Crest. May she rest in peace. Maybe in January we'll do that. We'll see. Linner337, hey Cap, honestly kind of underwhelmed with this episode. Probably just set up for the last 2 episodes. What are your thoughts on the Razor Crest being destroyed? It was devastating. I love the Razor Crest. You'll learn to appreciate the hunk of junk. When I first saw it, I didn't like it. That was an ugly design. But it really does grow on you more and more. So, and yeah, this is very much set up. It was only like 33 minutes long, something like that. It wasn't very long. And it just felt like the first part of the first act of a play. So yeah, it's absolutely just a setup for the rest of the finale. But that's actually fine because I thought it was brilliantly done. It was a little lackluster in variety because it was basically all just one big battle. But anyhow, I enjoyed it. I wasn't underwhelmed by it at all. TMA, hey, still annoyed with how tactically inept stormtroopers are? As me? A sniper is shooting them and they still stand out in the open. Facepalm. Yeah, I'm very upset with that, actually. Joseph Padron, not true. I don't know what you're talking about specifically. I am a little bit behind in the chat, so I don't know if you're referring to me or somebody in the chat, so let me know, Joseph. Vance 1982, I love the knee rockets Boba had. I know, they're very cool. It's cool to see some of that armor do what it was designed for. It was neat. I was really impressed. I don't know where Mando or Boba Fett got the new rocket for the missile backpack. I don't know if he had it in the Slave One and he took it with him to the Razor Crest when he put the armor on, but Joseph Padron, both Jedi and someone wearing Beskar steel can die from falling. Oh, okay. Yeah, but it's just, they were making fun of it. They weren't being serious, Joseph. It was just a trope that, yeah. Just because you're wearing Beskar will not save you from a fall. If you're moving at terminal velocity and you suddenly stop, your Beskar will be fine. Your organs won't be. So, absolutely. Linner337 heard a podcast where they theorized that maybe the Darksaber is the only saber that could cut through Beskar. It was made by the only Mandalorian Jedi ever accepted into the Order. Thoughts? I also have heard that, and I think it'd be kind of odd that the Darksaber would be able to cut through Beskar. I think it won't cut through. I think it can damage Beskar. So like a couple, 2 or 3 good whacks could get through like the arm gauntlets, let's say, whereas a lightsaber couldn't. I would buy that. I would buy damage as opposed to just slicing right through. So that's my thoughts on it. I think it would be very convenient if the Darksaber was able to cut through Beskar. That being said, it's a good plot MacGuffin and device for that to happen. So might be needed. I don't know. I don't think it's something I want to see, though. I would prefer that it just damage the Beskar, and yeah, maybe take a couple of whacks to get through, but Area 51 Stormtrooper, hey, this armor is just Tupperware. Joseph says, some regular Stormtroopers were clones, but not of Jango Fett. Yeah, exactly. They're not the clones from the Clone Wars. They're not Jango Fett's clones. But I think there might be 1 or 2 still alive, maybe. I'm not sure on that, but Army of One, what do you think about the black Stormtrooper robots? The Dark Troopers, I thought they looked very cool. They kind of seemed a little bit Bionicle to me, though. I just got huge Bionicle vibes just from the way they walked, and their masks, their helmets. But other than that, I thought they were kind of cool looking, and they weren't incompetent at all. So, John Thomas, what is that blinking next to you? This is a warp core, which is just it's a replica of the warp core in the Enterprise D, but it's also a USB charger. So, John Thomas, maybe Grogu will rebuild it. Oh, the Razor Crest, there's nothing left. He can't rebuild it. It's not like there's parts. It's like atomized. James Robert, at least Samuel can't complain about this episode being dark and dreary. That there was a helicopter in one scene behind Boba. Oh, was there? I did not notice that. I'll have to take a look at that when I'm doing screen caps for tomorrow. Just waiting for this to change because it's showing something. It's alternating between the Enterprise and something else, and it shouldn't be. So I'm going to keep an eye on it in the viewfinder. Mark Kettler. So who is going to end up with the Darksaber and leader of the Mandalorians? Din, Bo-Katan, or Boba Fett? Bo-Katan would be my guess. I could be wrong. It's going to be Grogu. Grogu is going to be leader of the Mandalorians. The Pyridon. By the way, orbital bombardment, ship in the sky and scale. That's a surface high atmosphere interaction done right, not like another certain scene from last week. Absolutely, and that's exactly what I thought. That's how you do it properly, and you're absolutely right. But we don't want to talk about last week's Discovery episode because it really dropped the ball. TMA, there it is. The rocket appeared out of nowhere. content is being removed from your home screen. This may take several minutes. That's fine. Paul Graham, no, Captain, you are right. Spoilers for Rebels. The clones are all old, out of standard military utility by the time of Rebels. Okay, see, yeah. John Thomas, have we seen the Darksaber yet? Yes, we saw it in the last episode of season 1 and the end of this episode. He shows it to Grogu. Paul Graham, I hate the shattering bits of Stormtrooper armor. I would agree with that. It is cool to see, but at the same time, it's like, does it have to be every fucking Stormtrooper with one hit? Can it be like a hit, and then get the helmet knocked off, and have a guy running around with no helmet and get his head blown off? That'd be a little dark, I think, but a hit, have him go down, get back up, fire again, maybe get shot in like the arm or something and spin and then get shot in the back. And like have memorable Stormtrooper deaths, not just blaster. Oh. I mean, there was one where a guy got crushed by a fucking boulder, which was great. Like he's firing this big gun at it, and it's like, what are you trying to whittle it down to a pebble? Like, good luck with that, but crunch. Marvin R. Gideon waved the Darksaber around several times. Andrew Duffy, the Imperial Stormtrooper Corps is like the SS of Nazi Germany. It's made up of fanatical loyalists, not necessarily the best warriors. That's true, but they're not all fucking incompetent. Mark Kettler, Darksaber could end up with the Mandalorian Grogu. Exactly. Marvin R. He even showed it to Grogu in the last episode. Yes, he did. Linner337, it would honestly be funny if Mando prepares for an awesome fight against Gideon and his Beskar staff, then Gideon cuts through the Darksaber with the Darksaber, and Mando has a moment where he realizes that he's fucked. That's exactly what I think is going to happen. The spears like this of Beskar, okay? I can maybe see the Darksaber slicing through it, because that would really be like, aha, I got you. Fuck. I can see that being a thing, and that the spear was set up specifically for that point. Like it fought against Ahsoka. She could not cut through it, and then once he goes to use it against the Darksaber, it just slices right through. I can see that. I just don't want it slicing through his gauntlets or anything. I want him to block with the gauntlets and like recoil back in pain, because it got through a little bit, but it clearly damages them. I think that would be much more appropriate. That being said, I think it's just going to slice through Beskar. James Roberts, with the Razor Crest gone and possibly Grogu getting trained after this season, possible time jumps till season 3? Yeah, I could definitely see that being a thing. Him acquiring a new ship in the meantime, Grogu getting trained. Yeah, I could see some stuff like that happening for sure. Oh, I also love that, what's his name? The comedian Bill, whatever, from the season 1 episode, the one where they go to the prison ship, that he's coming back, because I like that character. Mark Kettler, it is an awesome warp core. Well, thank you. Jeremy Butler, some of the old clones show up in Rebels, but they are definitely old. Okay, see, I haven't seen Rebels yet, but I'm getting there. So, MCR, Trekyards, can we have a closer look at the transporter in the background? I've done a video on it. I could maybe show you guys, like, later. I don't want to break the...
Ready to transport.
It does things.
We're beaming down. Understood, Captain. Please stand by in the transporter room. Transporter ready? Aye, sir. Thank you, Scotty. Ready, Doctor? No, but you won't let that stop. Ready to transport. Energized.
So they beam down, and then there's a sequence where they beam back up. So maybe at the end I'll give a closer look at that, but I just kind of want to talk about the episode. Now I got to hit it again because I got to finish the beam up sequence.
Direct Enterprise. Scotty here, sir. We're beaming up. Notify transporter room. Aye, aye, sir.
No problem, MCR.
Transporter room. Stand by to beam up landing party. All hands. Standing by, sir. Energize. Energize.
So at the end of this, when I'm done talking about the Mandalorian, if I remember, if you guys remind me, I will show you that in a little bit more detail. Ozzy says maybe the helicopter is Blue Thunder. The list of Jericho, was Gene's guy piloting that helicopter? Yes, he's actually, it's an important character that we've been sort of introduced to now. John Thomas says, how about Ren? I think Ren should lead. Huh? TMA, I heard someone say that Boba Fett will end up dead and the Mandalorian will take over his ship. It's intriguing, but what do you think? It's a distinct possibility. To just imagine the Mandalorian flying around in Slave One. I mean, that's neat. And I could see it being a thing, actually. I don't know if I want that to happen necessarily, though. But it'd be a nice way to pass on the Slave One to another. Like, that'd be fine. Steve Max 666. I think this series will end badly for the Mandalorian. Probably a lost hand. Ooh, I like that actually. So the Darksaber does cut through Beskar, does slice his hand off. It's like, oh, yeah. And actually, like, slice some of the helmet off, so like you can see some of the face, like Spider-Man. You know, when Spider-Man gets all fucked up. Tertiary adjunct stormtroopers are a meme at this point. Yeah, unfortunately. List Jericho, that boulder scene reminded me of Austin Powers. He had plenty of time to get away. Yeah, and it's like Cinnamon says, you know, they went the Prometheus school of running away from things. Just don't run. Just don't. You'll be fine. Mark Kettler, I wonder if Disney will do anything in the future with the Yuzhan Vong. I don't know who the hell that is. Sorry. Steve Mac 666. Spear looks like it got a joint in the middle. Does it? I didn't see that. John Thomas, have you ever thought about making fan films, man? No. Not really. I will be in a few fan films coming up soon, so just stay tuned for that. But I'm not really. I could write some probably because I'm writing a book right now or a novelization. But I don't know. Not really. Samuel could do the effects, and he's also a great scriptwriter, Samuel, and a director. So, you know, you never know what can happen. Trekyards might do something like that in the future. Who knows? Mark Kettler, I want Mace Windu to show up and train Grogu. Mark Brennan, Bill Burr, that's the guy, thank you. Yes, I'm glad he's coming back. Tertiary adjunct training montage trope. TMA, yes, Bill Burr coming back made my day. His character, Mayfelt, is highly entertaining. Absolutely. John Thomas, am I on there? On where? What? MCR says, thanks. You're welcome. Like I said, I'll try to show it more detail at the end. If I remember, remind me. Linner337, Mark Kettler, probably not. For your information, Cap, the Yuzhan Vong were an alien species from another galaxy that fought Luke's new Jedi Order in Legends. Honestly, don't see Rey putting up much of a fight. Oh, so you mean it's species 8472. Gotcha. Just say species 8472 of Star Wars. Mark Brennan puts in $2 and says, frack. I don't know why he's swearing at me. What did I do wrong? I'm sorry, man. Mark Kettler, too bad they're basically organic Borg. Ian Terry Roy McLeod. Hi, Captain. Hello, Ian. Web Duelist. Star Wars works better as a series of TV series than a series of movies. Absolutely agree. Lapiridon, they've been on both Stormtrooper Aiming School and Prometheus School. Man, that's fucked up education system. Yes, today we're going to teach you how to miss everything you shoot at. And tomorrow we'll be talking about not turning left or right when you're running away from something that will immediately kill you, even though turning left or right will definitely save your life. So stay tuned for that and hope you study. Marvin R. Tertiary adjunct. Stormtroopers are a meme at this point. Have always been. Yes, they have. But then the whole theory of they were told to let them escape, you know, that worked for a while. And it's like, okay, that makes sense in the context of the movies. But now it's just lazy. It's just like, fix it. Jeremy Butler, love this shirt. Where can I get one? It is a site called uh, Goose Gosu, GOSU. Just look at GOSU shirts. You should find it if you type it into Google. Um, it is a Stargate shirt, and I've got the black one as well. I got a bunch of them. There's different ones. There's Star Wars ones. There's got a Battlestar Galactica one. So yeah, lots of great ones. I saw them on Facebook and ordered a bunch, and then I haven't seen the ads on Facebook lately, so I don't know what happened. Mark Kettler, I do hope they bring some of the characters from the show into the future movies. I'm sure they will if they do any future movies. It would be great. Spurgicide 97, maybe they'll go to have a showdown with Moff Gideon, but then the burn will happen in this universe too, and they'll have to team up with each other and Michael Burnham to stop it. I hate everything about what you just wrote and made me read. James Roberts. Thoughts of Mando getting another ship of the same class as the Razor Crest? Would that awaken, or would that weaken the impact of the destruction of it? I think that would weaken the impact of the destruction of it. I think honestly, the best option is for him to get possession of Slave One, either because Boba Fett dies, or because Boba Fett thinks he's worthy of it and wants to hang up his armor, essentially, even though he just got it back, and says, you know, here you go, here's the Slave One. I think that's probably the best solution to the ship problem, to be fair. But John Thomas, the Beam Up platform. Yes. Feed me Seymour. Feed me Seymour. Gotcha. With Boba appearing, will we see a crossover with Obi-Wan and Earth Maul's return? Obi-Wan, I don't see being a thing. I don't know. And Earth Maul, what's Earth Maul? I know you're talking about Darth Maul, I think, with the robot legs, perhaps. He was at the end of Solo. But that's like a long time ago. No, I don't think we'll see any of that. Feed me Seymour, Darth Maul, and Mandalorian, which leads into Obi-Wan series. No, because Obi-Wan's long dead. So... Steve Max 666. I don't think Grogu wants to be trained. I don't think he wants to leave the Mandalorian. I think he's fine with being trained. He just doesn't want to leave his daddy. That's what I think. Linner 337. When lockdown ends, I'm going to begin using Dank Ferric as a curse with my friends. Who's with me? I am, absolutely. Marvin R. Mando shouldn't get an exact copy of the Razor Crest, but maybe a similar one with some different parts, interior, and engines. Yeah, I'd be fine with that as well. The List of Jericho. Katie Sackhoff is an amazing actress, and I miss her dearly in this. I don't like Katie Sackhoff, never have. That being said, I've watched some more of her YouTube channel lately, and she's kind of growing on me, but her as Bo-Katan was fantastic. She looks a lot better as a redhead than a blonde, I can tell you that for sure. So yeah, I didn't mind her as Bo-Katan, but I'm just not a fan of Katie Sackhoff. Linner 337, the Razor Crest was pre-Empire. Probably very unlikely that Mando will get an identical ship. Yeah, absolutely. That's what I was thinking. Mark Kettler, or Boba give Din the Slave One because he is staying on Mandalore as the ruler. Ooh, that's a good plot twist. Boba Fett's now the ruler, so he doesn't need Slave One. I can't see him getting rid of Slave One without having him be dead, though, honestly, because he's had the ship so long. But, MCR, do we really trust Boba Fett to not double-cross Djarin? The Mandalorian. No, we don't trust Boba Fett. I don't trust Boba Fett. I was surprised Boba Fett was as good as he was in this episode, honestly. So, yeah, I don't trust him. I don't trust him any further than I can throw him. I can't really throw him that far because he's got a gut now. Not that I'm saying anything, because I got a gut too. So it gives me cosplay options, just like Fat Thor. But honestly, the dad bod memes and jokes or the Boba Fett jokes are a little much. They kind of bother me. People get older. They put on some weight. I have as well. You know, we can't all be skinny and scrawny for all of our lives. I was a beanpole most of my life till I hit like 32, 34, and then just boom, got fat. So, Steve Mac 666. There is Slave 1, I believe. Slave 2 is destroyed, and there's Slave Free. And guess what? Even a Slave 4. I think Slave Free is ironic as all hell, because slave and free. I know you meant Slave 3, but that's funny. Geek Dads 978. They should just make Heir to the Empire at this point. They should. They should have done that from the beginning. Say, screw the new movies. Timothy Zahn knew what the hell he was doing. Do that shit up. Lisa Jericho says, "Ha, I made you say it." Made me say what? About Katie Sackhoff? Because I see you retracted the comment after I read it. Mike Nillis, what if Grogu is dark side? I sense great fear in you. Well, that's the thing. I don't think he's either light or good or Sith at this point. I think it's just a matter of, because he had to escape the massacre at the Jedi Temple and have lived all these years in isolation where his memory gets dark and he just has had to hide his powers to survive. He's got the fear in him. So there's a possibility that he could turn to the dark side. That's all that's saying. So, Rab Adler, Razor Crest was a mass-produced pre-Empire military transport. There are millions of those things to be had if you got the credits. That's probably where you got all the spare parts for, to be honest. So, yeah. Hellfish 2309, will we get an identical ship nor Slave 1, new ship, therefore new merchandising opportunity? Yeah, it's probably new ship. Honestly, if they want to sell things, like, that's one thing I respect about The Mandalorian is that they're using all the old tech. You got X-Wings, you got, R5-D4 in an episode, you got the pit droids, you got a whole bunch of stuff that people already own as toys. I mean, yes, you can re-release them as Mandalorian editions, and people will still buy the fucking things, but they're not doing the Discovery CBS greediness of, look at the new ships we got. It's more for you to buy. Whereas they're giving you ships that you already have. So I got to respect them for that. They're not just throwing in new shit just for the sake of throwing in new shit when they easily could. We're getting old speeder bikes. Sure, there's different variations on a speeder bike, most of them, but the Stormtroopers, the Biker Troopers, the Imperial bikes, those are all the same. The TIE Fighters are the same, except for the landing thing. Like, I respect the hell out of them for not just throwing tons of new merchandise and a new toy commercial in our face. This is coming from the guy who's a Transformers fan, which every episode was a goddamn toy commercial. But anyway. John Thomas, I have gone the other way. Okay. Ian Terry Roy McClord, she does have strange facial proportions, but still hot. Tough attitude is fun. A tough attitude bugs the shit out of me. I just think she's not an attractive woman. She's kind of cute when she smiles. She's got a nice personality in real life, so that says a lot. Actually, that's a big plus in her favor for me getting to like her. But she plays more of a hard ass than she actually is, whereas most actresses play a sweetheart, but they're really a bitch. So she's got the good balance for that. Anyway, Web Duelist. While destruction of the Razor Crest was sad, it makes sense going forward. The interior was extremely limited for storytelling, but that was great though. I think the interior was perfect for what it needed to be. I can see why you're saying that, but I don't think I necessarily agree with you. Vance, 1982. Boba Fett was amazing in this episode. I had zero problems with the body size. Thank you. And I didn't either. Greg Klein, Disney built a Slave One set. I'd say it's going to be a new hero ship. Or a new hero ship. That's probably very much accurate, yes. Ron Bogard, wonder if Boba was high on spice in Return of the Jedi. Maybe. I love how he said, this is no spice dream. That's good. That's good. I mean, I would have been if I was hanging out with the whores in Jabba's palace. I'd have been high on spice. And that's why he was all fucked up. He was really incompetent in the fight. I'd totally buy that. I like that. That's a great retcon. He was just fucking high. Smoking too much of the spice. Real Proto Mike, I'm still stuck on the jetpack. He can remote control, but just left it on the ground and walked up the hill. Yeah, that bugged me too. I think they were hoping people would forget that he could remote control it. Because, yeah, attach that fucking thing, fly it up to your area, and have it land, and pick it up, put it on, and fly the fuck up there. Yeah, I agree. That was one of the biggest problems with this episode for me. Geek Dad 978. Totally agree with your opinion on Katie Sackhoff. I think The Mandalorian is her best work. Thank you. Not a lot of people agree with me. They're all like, Starbuck. Well, she's not Starbuck, first of all. Hashtag not my Starbuck. No, I haven't watched all the Battlestar Galactica, so I don't know. But, you know, anyway. This is Jericho. One of the theories is that Jar Jar saved the child during the purge. That would be fine, actually. Give Jar Jar some redemption. He did basically instill the Emperor as, like, in his position of power. So, you know, kind of fucked the galaxy there. But Geek Dad 978, Atlas of Jericho. Haven't heard of that, but it's interesting. It is interesting, absolutely. Broken Speaker throws in $5. Thank you very much. Super chats are greatly appreciated, guys. If you're able to, please consider sending a super chat. I know that I kind of, you know, give away everything for free when I read everybody's comment, but I like to do that. That's kind of just how the vibe. I like to have this hangout, this group interaction with you guys, which is really fun. So if you're able to super chat, please do so. But yeah, you certainly don't have to, but if you're able to, I'd really appreciate it. And hit that like button. We have 106 people watching with 80 likes. Guys, I want to hit 100 likes. That's 20 people that haven't hit the like button. And I know you're out there. Paul, if you're still watching, I know you haven't hit the like button. You'll say, oh, I did. I hit it right away. And I'll be like, no, you didn't. Now you've hit it. Thank you. 12 more likes, guys. But anyway, Broken Speaker, $5. I wanted to murder somebody when I saw the binders on Grogu, even though clearly he has some traits on becoming a Jedi, like torturing stormtroopers. My question is, why do they have binders that are so fucking small? You see these little tiny arms, and it's got the little tiny binders. How many tiny things are they putting in binders? Like, seriously, guys. We have 91 likes. We need 9 more with 101 people watching. I think that's totally doable. Somebody out there hasn't hit the like button. Please just hit the like button. If you're watching on a mobile and you don't know how to do it, you got the live chat up. You don't want to lose the live chat. Just hit the little X in the right-hand corner. The live chat will go away for a second. It's fine, though. It's fine. Underneath the video, you'll see a little like thing. Hit the thumbs up. Turn it blue. It's important. If it's not blue, you did not do. Hit it blue. You can only hit it once, so I see it going up and down because people are hitting it twice. Doesn't work like that, but hit it, and then just the little live chat. There's a little live chat thing there with 2 little speech bubbles. Hit that, and the live chat's back, and you can talk again. So 5 people now. 5 more likes. Oh, Paul. Okay. I saw that, Paul. I'm going to read it when I get to it, or maybe I shouldn't. Anyway, Ian Terry Roy McClure. See, I know you, man. Really, I mean, that kitty's smile is huge, and is like in your face. Yeah, but it's a beautiful smile. When she smiles, it lights up a room. It really does. So that's from somebody that doesn't find her attractive, really. So, John Thomas. I think I meant to type more than just that. Okay, then type it in here somewhere. But Feed Me Seymour says Grogu is like Luke, fresh and not fully trained when we first meet him. But Luke struggled with his emotions or temptations of dark side and will overcome it. Do you think Grogu will have a similar path? Absolutely. I think that's part of being a Jedi, is that temptation to take the easy, fast route with the Sith. And it's something that all of them struggle with. And it's something that I think the trials that the Jedi go through, it's part of the training to face those things and to see which side of that line they fall on. So yes, I do believe he'll have a similar path. Marvin R. The Millennium Falcon strategy is also effective. Something Transformers does as well. Bring back old ships with some new parts or details. Keep the universe consistent while getting things to sell. See? Fuck yes. And that's how you show a franchise respect and homage. Even Solo did it. When I first saw the Falcon for Solo, I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? They changed the design of the Falcon. What the fuck? Then you see what happens to it. You see that's just an escape pod. It was added by Landru. Anyway, Lando. And it's like, yes, it's still the Falcon. Fuck yeah. And it gets beat to shit. So yes, absolutely. That's what Star Trek needs to do. Fuck the new designs. Don't give me new ships for that era, like literally 7 years before TOS. They should look like TOS ships. Respect the canon, respect the universe, respect the look. You can update it, you can modernize it, you can make it look good, and you can show the respect it's deserved without creating all new shit. And you can still make things, alterations, changes to them that still make them appropriate and something that people still want to buy. Anyway. Web Duelist, BSG is free on Peacock right now. Cool, I don't have Peacock, but I do have all of BSG, so don't worry. It's fine. John McHugh. Oh, speaking of, Paul, I know you're still out there. Paul, I need seasons 8, 9, and 10 of Stargate because they're not available on my streaming platform. They end at season 8 for some reason. I do have all of Atlantis on Blu-ray, so I don't need Atlantis. But Paul, I'll need to see you soon to do that, so. John McHugh, Grogu swings hand in front of Cap and says, I am not a toy, Cap. They aren't ever trying to sell toys. That only works on the weak-minded. Just kidding. I get what you're saying about CBS. Marvin R. Grogu's force choke shows there's dark side potential in him. Yeah. John Thomas, are you going to teach your Grogu the way of the Force? We'll see. I haven't decided yet. James Roberts, with the talk of Boba Fett series, I could see the Slave One being built for that show. I've seen stuff on Twitter that filming is going to start soon. Well, that would actually be very cool. Just wish it would be like a Boba Fett in his prime. Well, it might be actually. It still might be Boba Fett in his prime. I don't know. That's interesting. Ian Terry Roy McLeod, I will be working again soon, so super chat's coming your way. Well, thank you very much, Ian. Much appreciated. Jeremy Long, 92 likes. We're at 99 likes right now. 99 likes. I only need one more. I need a superhero out there that hasn't hit like. I need you to save the day by hitting like. There we go. We're at 101. 2 of you are fantastic people. Actually, all 101 of you, 102 of you now are fantastic people. You are amazing. Thank you very much for hitting that like button. Likes versus continuous viewers and rewatchability of a live stream. Those analytics are very important for helping the channel grow. So please, guys, hit that like button if you haven't. I really appreciate it. Steve Mac 666. Boba has a code even when he worked for Jabber. He absolutely hated spicy. He hated spice. And Jabba, I think you mean, not Jabber. Although I'm sure Jabba could talk a lot, but it's in Huttese. But why did Jabba's uncle? No, Jabba's brother. He was in the Clone Wars. He kidnapped Jabba's son. Why did he speak English? But Jabba can't. Is Jabba like mentally like deficient somehow? I don't get it. Christopher Miller, Babu Frick, size binders. He gets wild. I don't know who Baba Frick is. Paul, I see your $5. I won't read it out of respect to you because you are my friend. Marvin R. There are many aliens in Star Wars. Not all of them have human-sized hands. You'd probably need child-sized binders for a Doug or a Jawa. Or for a tentacle thing, maybe. Yeah, I'll buy that. Okay. Plus, it's the Empire. They're a bunch of dicks. They enslave children if they need to, so yeah. Steve Max 666. Of course they have cuffs for him. They have been chasing him all over the galaxy. That's a very good point. Specially made just for him. Yeah. Okay. You've convinced me. You've convinced me. Jeremiah Long. Sad to see him in binders. They may travel on the Slave One ship for a while. Well, I think there's only, 2 more episodes left? 2 or 3 more episodes? I think there's only 2 more episodes left. I don't remember. Anyway, so yeah, it's going to wrap up pretty soon, I imagine, so. Web Duelist at Marvin R. He was force choking. Was he force choking or just pushing him around? He was pushing them around, but he also did force choke the one because he was like, so yeah, he did force choke. Captain Awesomeness, glad he covered that trash discovery before this. Hetty Lamar, hi there, it's Hetty. Hi there, Hetty. It's Captain Foley. How are you? Welcome to the channel. Paul Graham, unrelated. SG-1 is on Netflix now, but I'll still bring you discs if you want them. Oh, it's on Netflix? Well then, I don't need your damn discs. Although I probably will need to borrow the discs at some point because I want to watch all the behind-the-scenes stuff, so, but thank you. Hetty Lamar, nice to be here. Well, nice to have you. Hetty, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. You know the routine. Hit the like button. Marvin R. at Web Duelist, he was pushing him around a bit, then tried choking one, then he knocked him over. Yes. I think the choking attempt drained most of his strength. Probably. Hetty Lamar, Fearless Foley. I like that. And actually, I don't think I've ever heard that before. Fearless Foley. I like that. That's a great moniker. That's fantastic. Thank you. Captain Awesomeness. Love your stuff, though, Cap. Keep it up. Thank you very much, Captain Awesomeness. You got a great name. Dare I say that it's awesome? I just did. Program, okay, I'll drop them off tomorrow. Well, tomorrow I'm going to be sleeping in till like 11, maybe noon. Then I do have to go out and help my daughter with a few things, so hold off on dropping those off. We'll see. Just message me. We'll try to arrange a time. Hetty Lamar, 5x5. I don't know what that means. Mark Kettler, I might have to rewatch SG-1 sometime soon. Yes, you might. Mechanics, 1228. It's all about Stargate Atlantis. Yeah, I've seen some Stargate Atlantis, but anyway. Geek Dad 978. If you could pick something from the expanded universe Legends to be incorporated into the Star Wars canon, what would it be? Honestly, Luke and Leia having the twins and the whole twin thing. Fuck Ben Solo. That's the dumbest shit ever. The twins. Hetty Lamar, keep a lady waiting? For what? I'm getting to them as soon as I can. Everybody here is of equal importance. Vance, 1982, 100 likes. Yes, we had 104 now, which is awesome. Web Duelist. Honestly, I would like to see a proper end to Stargate Universe and Stargate Atlantis. Yeah, I think they definitely should. They owe it that. They were such great shows. Mark Kettler, what do you think the chances are they actually get Sebastian Stan to play Luke, like the fan base has seemed to demand? Probably not good, honestly. I don't think that's something that'll happen. I've been saying that for a while now. It would be great, for sure, but I don't think it's going to happen. Real Proto Mike, should the Jedi that Grogu most likely contacted in this episode be a new person or a legacy character? We already know once they show up. I would prefer it to be a legacy character, honestly. Like I said, Mace Windu would be fantastic, or Luke, or the other people that I need to watch Rebels to learn about. I think Mandalorian is really tying everything together, and I love that. So a new person would still be fine, but honestly, a legacy character is my answer. Christian Brown, yay. Why? Melissa Jericho, Jabba probably refuses to that, or he isn't good with languages. Maybe the language thing. Feed Me Seymour says, theory is it's the Enterprise that is stuck sending distress signals in Star Trek Discovery. Anyway, this is about Mandalorian chat. Happy to wait till Friday to watch Discovery. Yeah, that's one of the theories. I think it's probably a red herring at this point, though, just to kind of sideline us. But yes, I hope it ties in with Calypso. If they can do it smartly, I'm fine with it. I'd be fine with it being another ship as well. And Calypso still happens, but some other way. I think it's too obvious at this point. But yes, it's very likely Discovery. The Darth Eddie. There is a species in Star Wars universe called the Alina. They are tiny and not much bigger than Grogu. One was a pod racer in episode 1. Well, there you go. Yeah, so they're equally opportunistic enslavers. There you go. Geek Dad 978. Regarding language, in one of the books, there was a Wookiee with a speech impediment that allowed him to speak basic, so maybe it's something like that. Cool. Spinal Breaker. Evening Cap. Been a long time. Hey, Spinal Breaker. Steve O Max 666. It's good to see you have watched something you clearly enjoyed. Yeah. I've enjoyed a lot of things we've reviewed lately. Christian Brown. Baby Yoda at the end kicked the stormtrooper was funny. Death Knight Predator. Hey, you sexy beast you. Hey, you sexier beast you. I'm just kidding. You're not sexier than Captain Foley. That's my good buddy Scott. How you doing, Scott? Spurgicide 97. I'm sorry, but those tiny handcuffs were adorable. I know I gotta get a set for Grogu. Paul Brown, and I'll keep them with me just in case. And Paul says, Mary J. That's somebody who'd like to come in from the expanded universe, and I kind of agree. Death Knight Predator, brother, the last 3 Mando episodes are better than all 9 movies. Absolutely, man. Yes. Spinal Breaker, Kyle Katarn would be a fun twist. This Jericho, Luke and Leia. You mean Han and Leia. Oh, did I say Luke and Leia? Yes, I meant Han and Leia. Han and Leia's kids, the twins. Did I really say Luke and Leia? I deserve to be shot. Spinal Breaker, as the Jedi that Grogu contacted. What? Okay. Sub Mega. Don't think we've ever seen stormtroopers mauled that bad before. Not manhandled like that with the Force. Not really. No. This Jericho. I would love Asharad Het to show up. Probably the most interesting Sith in the Legends lore. That's a name I don't recognize. So, sorry. Death Knight Predator. To be blunt, the in the know guys know that Anakin Skywalker will be making an appearance as a Force ghost in season 3 or 4. They're calling to cast members for Thrawn, so I hope they do good with that. That's very cool. I don't know who you know that's in the know, but that's awesome. And what the fuck? Like I said, I just started watching Clone Wars. Sky Guy? Really? That's what she calls Skywalker? Sky Guy? Snips I get. She's got snippy retorts. That's fine. Sky Guy? Really? Death Knight Predator. Oof. LOL. Pretty good. Geek Dad 978. Love the warp core on the table. Well, thank you. It powers the entire neighborhood, so thank you. Ian Terry Roy McLeod. I have yet to watch Mando. Anyone? Is it on Amazon Prime? I just moved and have not see that my roommates have on it. It is on Disney Plus. You gotta get Disney Plus to watch it. Jeremy Long, I think that warp core is a cup holder for your car. Well, it fits in the cup holder, but yes, it is. Web duelist Bendu did say the Sith and Jedi are both only partial knowledge of the Force. So bringing together a Sith and a Jedi holocron is extremely dangerous. So are gray Jedi more powerful than either? I would think so. Feed Me Seymour would have made more sense to ditch the Kylo Ren and Rey love story and explain they are both the children of Solo and had to be separated like Luke and Leia, like Luke and his sis, was due to imbalance of the Force. Yes, but it would have been too obvious that as well, and they wanted to have a twist that they didn't plan from the beginning, so they fucked it. They fucked it dry and hard. Donnie Pearson, hello, Stuart and all. Hope everything is A-okay this evening. Everything is great, Donnie. Thank you for joining us. Good to see you. Christopher Miller, Ahsoka grows up. Just stomach the first season or two. Yeah, I've heard that. Okay, Sky Guy, I'll do that. Geek Dads 978, what are your thoughts on using the worlds between worlds to basically write off the sequel trilogy as a separate continuity? I'm fine with that, honestly. If that's the way they want to go about it, that's fine. No complaints. Do it. It's actually, I shouldn't even say no complaints. It's just like, please, for the love of Christ, do that. You know? Ozzy Medeiros, hi Donnie. Mechanics, $12.28, $2. Thank you very much for the super chat. Very much appreciated. As I said, guys, if you can super chat, please consider doing so. It supports the channel, helps us out, and makes all these lives really worth it. But he said Shatner's best performance, Buck Murdoch, Airplane 2. Shh. What are these lights that go back and forth? Surely they must go back and forth for some reason. Yeah, absolutely. Ian Terry, Roy McLeod. God damn, you got a long name, Ian. I'm just going to call you Ian from now on. My loss for now. Yeah, definitely get Disney Plus. It's worth it, actually. I think it's worth it. There's also a show on there called The Gallery, I think. That's the making of The Mandalorian, which is fantastic. The Imagineers is a great show on there. They got, of course, all the Disney movies. They got Clone Wars. They got all the Star Wars movies. They got Clone Wars, all the Lego Star Wars specials. They've got Star Wars Rebels. They got Star Wars Resistance, I think. I don't know. But yeah, they got all that shit. So check it out. They got all the Avengers movies, all the Marvel universe. So it's definitely worth it to have Disney Plus, in my opinion. This live, unfortunately, not sponsored by Disney. Death Knight Predator. Yeah, I know. Some people thanks you, the wonderful group of lovelies from Comic-Cons and being a guest. I also have a theory that Mando is Force sensitive. But then everybody's Force sensitive. Like Han could have been Force sensitive because he could fire the crossbow blaster and hit, and just luck with flying and no. And then Finn, of course, Force sensitive. Like, was fucking everybody Force sensitive? It was like, I don't want the Mando to be Force sensitive. I think that'd be kind of dumb. James Roberts, crap, that warp core is going for around $100 on eBay. Yeah, they're hard to find now because ThinkGeek is no longer a thing. So, Death Knight Predator, I can't wait to get super chat myself. LOL, close to 250. Woo! But subscribers? Dude, go subscribe to Death Knight Predator. Death Knight Predator is a friend of mine. He's a cosplayer. He does Predator. He does Joker. He was a Starfleet guy. He was a red shirt for me for an away mission thing. He does lots of cool stuff. And a good guy too, nice friendly guy. He does a lot of great lives as well. He streams VR stuff, much like I do. He does 0 Hour, he does Star Wars Squadrons. He's got some good guys that he plays with that are actually pretty good, talented at playing, so it's fun to watch. And yeah, go subscribe to his channel, help him out, get those subscriber numbers up for him. That would be really appreciated by me. Instead of super chatting here, go over and bolster his numbers. Check out some of his fun live streams and stuff. I encourage you to. You won't be disappointed. Or maybe you will be, but I don't care. No, you won't be disappointed, trust me. Dark Horse, HBO Max is going to be a lot of competition in 2021. Jeremiah Long, when they first came out, they were 30 for them. They just price gouged the Warp Core. They're just price gouging the Warp Core. Yes, because everybody wants it. Because they see it on this show. Because everyone watches this show and they see it. And they go, I want that. I want that thing. Then they get it and they realize that it plugs into a cigarette lighter in a car. And people are like, how do you have it powered in your house? It's because I went on Amazon. And I bought an adapter. Plugs into the wall. And then you plug the thing into that. It's brilliant. That's why the price gouging. Listen, Jericho, I usually just use Disney Plus for The Simpsons. Oh yes, The Simpsons is on there as well. Steve Mac 666. If you have an Xbox Game Pass, Disney Plus is free. There you go. Xbox Game Pass. I did not know that, but there you go. Paul Graham, and they have the Frozen series on D+. The Frozen series? Like, let it go, let it go. That Frozen series? I don't know if that's what you're talking about. Paul. Dude, my heart. I can't take that. Didn't know you were into that. Death Knight Predator, technically yes, everybody is force sensitive. Well, okay, fine. Feed Me Seymour, Star Wars Episode 10. Leia wakes from a bad dream and finds Han in the shower, not dead. Revealing Episodes 7 through 9 was nothing but a bad dream. That's fantastic. A lot of people that are watching this and will watch this probably don't know what the fuck you're talking about. It's Dallas, guys. It was all a dream. Who shot JR? Anyway. Web Duelist, I do like how Dave Filoni keeps adding Jedi to the universe to make sure Rey isn't the last Jedi. Ian, I'm just going to call you Ian, that's what I said. I'll look into it and not say more like a spamming fool. Yes, please, Ian is all that is needed. All right, cool. Geek Dads 978. Hopefully, Talon Cardi shows up in The Mandalorian. Not sure who that is. I'm sure I'll find out if he's in Clone Wars or Rebels, but yeah. Death Knight Predator, but the Mandalorians are closed-minded, yet Din Djarin is a little more open-minded. Make me a moderator. I can share my channel link. Well, that's a hoary way to become a moderator. I'll make you a moderator for now. Share your link, and then I'm going to remove your moderator status because we do have regular moderators that moderate the channel. That they have their own group chat, and if they see I've added somebody, they're going to have a fucking hissy fit. And be like, who's this guy? And you'll have to talk to them and get to know them. And, yeah. And there you go. He's shared it, so I removed him as moderator. Actually, I'll leave him as moderator for now. You can be a moderator, just don't do anything unless I really need help in a live chat and there's no one else here, which there's no one else here. There's no one here right now moderating, I don't think, anyway. But anyway, I don't really need your help right now, so thank you, though. Dark Horse, I hope Force Ghost Tal Vizsla, the first Mandalorian Jedi, trains Grogu. That'd be fucking amazing, actually. Vance 1982, a little off topic, but rest in peace to Eriko, the Ericabo radio telescope. Yes. I don't know if I'm not saying that name right, but yes, I know which one you mean. Mechanics 1228. Will Elon Musk invent the transporter? Will you be buying that chip you can implant in your head? I haven't heard about a chip that I can plant in my head, so I don't know. And will he invent the transporter? Hopefully. Mark Kettler, I will never go on a transporter. I won't for a while. You're very much McCoy. You are dead. That is a copy. Dun dun dun. Well, then you have the best of both worlds. If you're dead and you believe in an afterlife, you're hanging out in the afterlife while your body's still doing shit. That's pretty fucking awesome. Ian says, thanks. I can get my Xbox One out and see about that pass sometime. There you go. Geek Dad 978. I got the Dallas reference. I'm old. Well, with Geek Dad 978, sounds like you're old. No offense. I'm also Geek Dad, and I know the reference. So, Melissa Jericho, Family Guy Dallas reference. It was done to bring back Bobby from the dead. There you go. Ozzy Maderos, the Dallas Bobby Ewing comes in Pam Ewing shower. Yes. Feed Me Seymour. Who shot JR? Not sure, but Han shot first. Death Knight Predator says, yes, sir, sounds good. He shared his link to his YouTube channel. Click that link, guys, and go subscribe to his channel. Just trust me, he's got some good content, so check it out. He does swear a lot, though. But then again, so do I, so fuck it. Go subscribe. He will appreciate it, and I love helping out my friends. So thank you to everybody. Mad love, he says. Yeah, I know. You're my moderator. Yeah, you have one mod viewing. Yeah, it's weird. I usually have others, but they don't care today, I guess. That's fine. It's fine. My moderators don't care, Bowie. Just kidding. It's fine. Dark Horse says, don't worry, it's just cosmetic. What's just cosmetic? My face? Web Duelist. Ray should have been a clone of Bastala Shan. The staff and yellow saber really line up with that. Again, I don't know who that is. I didn't read all of the EU stuff, so yeah. Oh, Dark Horse it was a transporter reference. It's just cosmetic. Okay, gotcha. Mark Kettler, does Bo-Katan defeat Gideon, or is it Din? Din, din, din. I mean, dun, dun, dun. I mean, Bo-Katan. I don't know. That's a good question. Anyway, so we're at the end. I don't know if MXC or MCX or whatever I forget your name. I don't know if you're still here, but you wanted to see a close-up of the transporter. And we're going to do that because you guys have kind of stopped chatting in the chat there. So we're going to wrap this up soon. Christopher Miller, though, says, is anyone else here worried about the Filoni live action Thrawn? No one else seems to remember that incompetent nerfed Rebels version. I love the OG books. I'm not worried at all. I think they're going to do Thrawn well. Murray Nathan, Mace Windu saved Baby Yoda on the way down. As he's falling. Use the Force, grab Grogu. Yeah. Death Knight Predator, Bastala Shan is from Kotar 1. There you go. And now I know Annoyings have to battle. Yo, Joe, Mark Kettler, Thrawn needs to be a badass. All right. So, I don't know if you're still here, MCX, MXC, I can't remember what your name was, but you asked for the close-up of the transporter. I hope you're still here because this is for you. You wanted a close-up of the transporter. We're at the end of the live. So, let me push this button and change the camera to the back. And then we pull this out of the holder, like so. And... Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Didn't go in the holder right. There we go. Sorry. So that was a close-up of the transporter. I gotta change the... Ooh, there we go. That's kind of... It's a little off from what it was, but that's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Web Duelist. Can't be any worse than live-action Grievous. I didn't mind live-action Grievous, actually. I've been watching him in Clone Wars, and yeah, I could see how some people might have seen the Clone Wars one first, might be a little disappointed, but I thought it was fine. Mark Kettler, I feel like we are going to watch a puppet show. Dark Horse. In my opinion, Bo-Katan and Din both die, taking out Gideon, at least. Retaking Mandalore, Darksaber cuts off Din's helmet, revealing his face and a mortal wound. Grogu inherits the Darksaber. Yes. Levi Smith, Super Trek. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah. Murray Nathan, timeline is right. We could get Baby Yoda versus Baby Kylo Ren. Christopher Miller, at least live-action Grievous was fun. Dark Horse, a Mandalorian and a Jedi? That is the way. I have spoken. Alistair Morden, love you, Daddy Foley. Okay. What? This is Jericho. Message retracted. Web Duelist. Grogu is a foundling. There has only been one Mandalorian Jedi. Grogu might be the second. Geek Dad 978. Message retracted. I was good. Just about to read the message and it went message retracted. Redacted. Mechanics 1228. What is the biggest model you have of the Enterprise and how long did it take to build? I'm on call lockdown and need something to do. Well, it is this bitch over here. It's my 350 scale, which is about 3 feet long. And it lights up. It took me about, I don't know, like 7 months. It's my first lit model, which I'll plug it in so you can see it. It's a little bit loud, but so now we're just hanging out. We're not even talking about Mandalorian no more. There it is. A little bit loud because the motors that they have in there are, well, they're the Polar Lights motors, and they're a little bit loud, so. And it's got a detailed bridge, too. So. Anyhow, so yeah, and it's about 34 inches, 35 inches or so in length. So, oh, I should probably turn it off. It's a little bit loud. But yeah, there we go. Just trying to do a general Hangout live stream now, but that's cool. That's cool. I don't mind. That's okay. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good in the hood. You know what I'm saying? It's all good all up in this hood. I'll shut up now because I sound like an idiot. I know this. Let's see. This Jericho. The OG Clone Wars had the best Grievous. He was actually very scary. Geek Dad 978. The Superman theme was surprisingly fitting. Donnie Pearson. There are a few connections between Superman and Star Trek. The late Sandy Courage, who composed the original series theme tune, scored Superman for The Quest for Peace. And in the latest episode of Star Trek Discovery, the lady that played Osira, the Andorian, or the Orion woman, not the Andorian woman, the Orion woman, is Margot Kidder's niece. Fun fact. Dark Horse, I say at least Gideon, at least because I don't think they could take out Thrawn. Donnie Pearson, Sandy Courage was among the orchestrators on John Williams' score to Superman the movie in 1978. The Darth Eddie, it's a shame that who is dead? Oh, Quill is dead now because he learned that we never learned if he was an Ugnaught who once lived and worked on Cloud City. He told Mando he'd been a slave to others for decades. That'd be great. He was tossing around C-3PO's head. Geek Dad 978. What's your favorite brand and scale of Star Trek ship models? Favorite brand would be AMT Polar Lights, which is what this is. Scale, honestly, would be 360 would be great for everything, but that'd be like a 6.5 foot Enterprise D lengthwise. Honestly, the best scale for them is about 1/1000th scale. That being said, I really prefer the Cadet series, the 2500 scale. Smaller ships, I got a whole whack load of them. I love them to death. I love the 2500 scale. So that would probably be my answer. Web Duelist, 2 Jedi couldn't take down Thrawn. Ezra just slowed him down. Ezra. Christopher Miller, that's a beautiful Enterprise model. I have a real Voyager that I have been afraid to start on for the last 6 years. One day, though. One day. I got a 350 refit that's the same size as that, and it's almost done. It's been like 6-7 years in the making that I've been working on this thing. I got the sub-assemblies done. The part I'm at right now is I need to light block the secondary hull, and I need to get the lighting in it because it's got lighting, it's got light up warp chiller grills, it's got a base that lights up like the space dock and stuff, and so I got to put the lights in it and final assembly and then paint. And the paint is what scares me the most because I want to do the Aztec patterning because I want to do it right. And I have some pearlescent paints, and even Laura Johnson, who used to write, she wrote the Mr. Scott's Guide to the Enterprise under the name of Shane Johnson. She actually sent me a thing of paint, pearlescent. It's not pearlescent paint per se. It's an add-in that you put into paint to make it pearlescent, but it's from the original can that was used on the actual filming model of the refit Enterprise for the motion picture. So it's still good. It's still viable. It's in a nice sealed little container. You add just a little bit of it to whatever paint you want, and it makes it pearlescent. So I'm going to pearlescentize some paint that is, and it's going to be done with the same stuff that was used to paint the actual filming model which was the refit model all the way through the movies. So, yeah, I'm fucking terrified to finish the goddamn model though. I never wanted to build it in the first place, so I didn't buy it, and then a friend of mine gave it to me, which is fine. I love you, Noel. Anyway, the Darth Eddie, the Discovery Enterprise would be almost as cool if it had straight pylons and no rows of lights with the registry and number. Yeah, and not be so squat. It's very squat from the side. But yes, don't get me started on that. Matt Kettler, what do you believe Moff Gideon needs Baby Yoda for his M count? They've already mentioned it. The metachlorians in his bloodstream. He's using it to clone however in those tanks in one of the last episodes. So he needs it for the force reaction, essentially. Dark Horse, I do think Thrawn is behind a lot of events and epic series conclusion with the battle for Mandalore. Mechanics 1228, impressive, most impressive. Death Knight Predator, well, have a good night, Captain. I have 1 hour till I have to stream Firewall with my squad guys, LOL. I'll be leaving this chat soon, so thank you very much, Death Knight Predator. Scott, go check out his channel, guys. Go scroll back up, click the link, check out his YouTube channel, bolster his numbers, subscribe to it, and hopefully enjoy. Steve Max 666 brings back good memories of me and my dad. When I was a boy, he loved building all the enterprises. That's awesome. My brothers used to build them too, and light them with the old wheat grain of wheat light bulbs. Now they got the LED ones, right? So they're like way less power consumption, and they don't burn out, and they don't get hot. But these, anyway, yeah. I know all about building enterprises. Dark Horse, all the small threads weaving together. Donnie Pearson, yes. Janet Kidder had a great job guest starring in Discovery. Don't forget, John Ottman scored Superman Returns before becoming Discovery's consulting producer. James Roberts, after Mando's series ends, could we see an adult Grogu series set in the future? Yeah, I don't know if I want to at this point, but sure, why not? It'll be the future of Star Wars. So, Web Duelist, James Roberts, he won't be an adult until after Rise of Skywalker, much after. James Roberts, I've binge watched your 350 refit videos twice. I know I need to finish it. I'm so sorry. How's the progress coming, do you think? I still need to redo the Arboretum. I know. So he can attest that it's sort of there. Feed me, Seymour. I still have my 70s Millennium Falcon toy set and a few original Star Wars figures. Originally my brother's, but they gave them to me when we grew old. 3 years later, I'm guessing he regrets that. I still have my original Falcon as well. Although the center thing, between the mandibles, the center thing's got melted and burnt and scorched because I thought it'd be fun one day. Why not? Because it's a space battle. To light it on fire with a lighter. So it's got this little burned section. It's like fucking retard. What I was just thinking. Anyway. Geek Dad 978. How do you think the new detach nacelle design will translate to Star Trek models? Star Trek ship models. Well, they all attach at some point. Like they're not always detached. So I think if anything, like especially with Eagle Moss, they'll have little clear pegs, like clear plastic pegs that you slot into little things that, or like a sleeve that fits over both sides. That I don't know. They'll find a way. They'll find a way. James Roberts, that's what I meant, set in the future after Rise of Skywalker. Yes. Oh, that'll be fine. That's the future Star Wars, like I said. Web Duelist. So if someone is bothering to fund building a Titanic 2, why don't they build a 1-1 scale starship? It's been talked about. They were going to do it in Vegas. They were going to build a hotel, which is essentially a full-scale refit enterprise. Look it up. Look up Refit Enterprise Hotel Vegas. You'll find it. You'll learn all about it. They were going to build it. They thought it would look great on the horizon. You'd see this big enterprise, and it'd be totally 1-to-1 scale, with rooms that you could rent and stay in, and yeah, it would have been amazing. But they thought it would be dated and it would make the skyline ugly and all this shit, so they never went ahead with it. So. Donnie Pearson, I love the name Grogu, to be honest. Christopher Miller, I don't want his blood is for clones. I want Force-sensitive volunteers. That way we can get Kyle Katarn. We already have Darth Troopers from those games. Well, he did mention volunteers. They did mention that the volunteers have died. And they have one more volunteer, but they need more blood. And they talk about the child's M count, which is, you got to assume, midichlorian count, right? Very high. So, and Rebel Poet 71 just got here, so I'm guessing we like this episode. Absolutely, I think this is the best episode of Mandalorian so far. It's a fantastic episode, even though it's very short and kind of a one beat thing. I think it's going to tie into the next two, obviously, and it's going to be like a little mini movie for these next till the finale of season 2. So. Anyway, guys, that is it. It has been a good ride getting from there to here, and it's been a long road as well. 74 of you still watching, which is great. 115 likes. If you haven't hit like yet, please consider hitting the like before we finish out here. And if you want to super chat, you can feel free to do so. I will read them. But I think I'm going to call it quits for tonight. I'm probably going to go check out some more Clone Wars. Yeah, go to bed soon. And by soon, I mean 3 hours from now, 4 hours from now, because I stay up late. But yeah. Anyway, so hopefully you had a good live stream. Hope you had a good time watching. And thank you very much, Donnie. Same to you. Live long and prosper, my friends. But thank you for watching. Be sure to tune in tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for our full review and breakdown of this episode. We'll have screen caps. We'll talk about each scene, break it down, talk about the things we see, things we like, things we don't like, things that don't make sense, things that are awesome. We break it down. We have a great time with those. So please join us for that as well. And I look forward to seeing you guys there because it is a blast to do them. So I'm glad that the Mandalorian Mondays has kind of worked out and you guys really came in force, pardon the pun, to show your love for it and for us to continue it. So please make it if you can and have yourselves a great night. Thank you, Ozzy. Good night and catch you later. It's Captain Foley. That's me signing off and saying goodbye to you. And that's you, and Texticle. Night, guys. Have a good one.